Prisoners are being given back the right to vote. That's a decision by the government, which One News can reveal exclusively tonight. For details, let's go straight to political reporter Mikey Sherman. Kia ora, Mikey.
Justice Minister Andrew Little has confirmed to One News that prisoners with a sentence of less than 3 years will be given back that right to vote, and crucially it'll happen before next year's 2020 general election. It's a big decision by the government, which comes after growing pressure and has come as welcome news to those who've led the fight. After years of battling, today, victory.
We're over the moon, aren't we, Rich? Hey, we're over the moon. It's been a hell of a battle, but we got there.
One News can reveal Cabinet has signed off on a decision to reverse a ban on prisoners voting.
Prisoners who are sentenced for periods of less than 3 years will get the right to vote.
The ban was introduced by National in 2010.
It was a nasty little law that was not about improving the ability for prisoners to stop offending. It was just another sort of kick in the guts.
It just shows you there's a great deal of truth in the old SAS motto, he who dares wins. Just people say you'd never do it.
The change would see around 1,900 prisoners become eligible to vote at next year's election, and follows legal pressure, including a declaration upheld by the Supreme Court that the ban is inconsistent with the Bill of Rights.
There was no precedent for it, and there was a lot of expert commentators who were saying you can't get a declaration of inconsistency.
When the highest court in the land says, you know what, this is just a flagrant breach of our Bill of Rights, actually the government of the day has to sit up and take notice.
Getting agreement from the government, though, hasn't been easy. New Zealand First still considering its position just last month.
Why do you want to make the laws if you're breaking the laws?
Was it a difficult decision to reach a consensus on around the Cabinet table?
It took a wee while.
The Minister says the issue comes down to rehabilitation and reintegration.
People want to see something a bit better than just lock them up, throw away the key and ignore them.
And while the government's ruled out extending voting rights to all prisoners, those serving long-term sentences will be enrolled upon leaving prison.
This is far more positive in terms of getting that participation into the community.
And as for the pair who fought hard for today's result,
I think we'll be there having a few pina coladas tomorrow, Rich, and a few other things.
celebration is certainly in order.
All right, Mikey, as you mentioned, National banned prisoner voting almost a decade ago. So what's been its reaction?
I've just gotten off the phone with National's Justice spokesperson Mark Mitchell, who says he is extremely disappointed at the government's decision. He says National sees voting as a privilege and one that a person should lose if they do commit a crime serious enough to land them in jail. So expect National to ramp up one of its favourite lines, which is, of course, that this government is soft on crime. Now, that obviously flies in the face of those judicial rulings by the High Court, by the Supreme Court and by the Waitangi Tribunal, who all basically found that this ban is wrong.
Do you think there is public support for the reversal?
Well, One News Colmar Brunton asked this very question of the public in our most recent poll, and a majority supported lifting the ban. And many close to this issue say that poll was a crucial turning point on this debate. The government would have been nervous around how the public would have received any type of reversal, and so to see that public support would have given them the confidence that they needed. Now, just in terms of what sort of impact this may have on next year's general election, there are 1,900 new votes up for grabs, but while National says most of those will likely be left-leaning, Justice Minister Andrew Little says he's not so sure.